Hey guys, welcome back to Dip Switch Demos. My name is Jackson and today we are checking out the GFI Systems Rossie. Now I've been after a really good envelope filter for a really long time actually, and I've been close to buying different ones a few too many times. And I guess what stopped me a bit in the past is that either the pedal is too physically big, it's not giving me enough control over what I want, and maybe the different modes and the different kind of experimental sounds weren't there. So when GFI announced the Rossie, all the stars aligned and I absolutely had to jump on this pedal. I think it's actually the only pedal ever that I've pre-ordered. I'm not usually a pre-order type of guy with anything, but I really needed the Rossie. For me, envelope filter is all about John Mayer's performance of I Don't Trust Myself on Where the Light Is. That envelope filter sound, I know actually it's probably one of the other guitarists at some points of that song, but that tone that Mayer gets with the envelope filter is my all-time favourite Mayer tone. A low sensitivity, a slow attack, funky, lo-fi, that's what it's all about for me, and that's what I wanted from the Rossie, and it gives it to me in spades. Along with that really cool envelope filter sound, the Rossie gives you access to 2 extra modes. A surprisingly awesome step filter mode, which we'll talk about in a bit, and also a manual filter mode, which gives you control, it gives you like almost a coctoir sound, or you can plug an expression pedal in to have more fluid control over the filter. I found myself really loving the step filter mode a lot. It's a really expressive, interesting writing tool, especially if you're going for maybe a more modern genre. It's a really great tool for that. Combine it with a rhythmical delay or maybe a huge reverb and it's inspiration for days. It gives you really in-depth control over 8 individual steps of the filter. You can wind that down to less steps, but a maximum of 8 steps that you have control over, or you can make them completely random, which I've actually found a lot of fun. So these 4 knobs do something slightly different depending on what algorithm you're using, what mode you're in, and they also have secondary functions if you push the knob down and twist them. All 4 of them do that. So the pedal gives you a ton of control, all the way from the range of the filter to the Q of the filter, which is sort of the width of the kind of the peak, if you know what I mean. And then obviously standard things like sensitivity and rate if you're on the step filter mode. In my opinion, envelope filter is one of, if not the most expressive effect in the world, and that's because it directly relates to what you're playing and the dynamics that you're giving the pedal. This type of effect also plays great with dirt. I found this to be a really groovy way to kind of instantly funk up whatever you're playing, even if it's a more rocky genre. Kind of very Ariel Posey. There's a few tracks on his new album where he's using an envelope filter with a ton of dirt and it sounds awesome. Really quacky and crunchy, it's just great. So the Rossie is a fully digital pedal, which may turn some purists off, as it always does unfortunately, but really the tweakability of this pedal is awesome, and really for my money there's no compromise with tone at all. This is also the first GFI pedal I've ever tried, and I'm really impressed from the ground up. The tones, sweet. The functions and controls, sweet. Build quality, awesome. I love their enclosure. This is obviously their own enclosure, and the fit and finish, the colour, design, solid. Good stuff. One thing that is more something to get used to about envelope filters in general, not necessarily this, is when you're switching between 2 different guitars. For example, I set the sensitivity to use with my Les Paul Jr., and then I switched to my Strat, and the Strat pickups are barely triggering the filter at all. So I've found my solution is I use a compressor pedal or a boost pedal in front of it just to level out different guitars. But the Rossie has another trick up its sleeve. It has 2 onboard presets. So you could, for example, set up 2 identical envelope filter presets, each with different sensitivity for your different guitars in a set list. Thanks guys for checking out the video. If you like what you saw, please subscribe and maybe check out some more. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers guys.